Hello, welcome to RINROC TV, the Elevation Station and the Wolfpack Nation. So please hit that like button, share and leave a comment. And if you really love the Wolfpack vibe, hit that join button and let's elevate it.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it would.
Good morning to you, good morning to you. Welcome to the RINROC Morning Show. Welcome to the RINROC Morning Show. Good morning to you, good morning to you. Welcome to the RINROC Morning Show. Good morning, welcome into the RINROC Morning Wake Up Show, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Happy Monday. Everybody hear me pretty good? Yeah, everything is going good. Good morning to my beautiful goddaughter, Deanna Bronson. How you doing this morning? Yes, y'all. It is Monday morning. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Once again, let me give y'all that Wolfpack morning wake up howl.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Appreciate y'all tapping in. Let's go. Yeah.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide.
Appreciate you tapping in. Love is love.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never really said to no, man,
it's Monday morning, rise and shine, family. It's time to wake up to the occasion of elevation and greatness. Let's go. We're gonna do the continuation of
but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain.
the Kim Portadella auto book. We're gonna continue from where we left off. I can't wait to finish the rest of it. Good morning to the Wolfpack Nation. Good morning to my Wolfpack Angels. And good morning to the Elevation Squad and the RINROC channel members. Good morning to the ones in the bushes. And good morning, YouTube. Let's go. Yeah. And before we get into this continuation, I want to I want to start off with the scripture for the morning before we get started on this Kim Porter auto book. We continue. We're at chapter 10 right now, so I'm excited to hear more. Okay, Proverbs 1921, excuse me. We're in Proverbs 1921, and 1921 Proverbs says, you can make many plans, but the Lord proposed will prevail. But the Lord's purpose will prevail. You can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. That means you can make all the plans you want. That don't mean it's going to happen. But when the Lord makes plans for you, can't nobody stop it. It's definitely going to happen. Y'all don't forget to keep God first in your life. Keep elevating, keep motivating people, keep motivating yourself and your family, and always continue to be great. All right, y'all, we're going to get right into this. Y'all, we're going to get into it because I can't wait. Just to see what's going down. In Crooked Wood. It just seems like everybody over there got a problem. But don't bring your problem to me. Take them to Diddy. Let's go. Y'all know what this is. This. Don't they just call. Listen.
Can you hear? Coming through the noise. I'm floating through outer space. I'm lost and I can't find a way. Oh, all the lights going dark and my hopes destroyed. Help me.
I figured since we was going to finish up this Kim Porter auto book, we need to start off with a good scripture, don't you think? I thought it was a good idea. But right now, this is the best idea. Y'all know that this is your Mayday call, your greatness, your elevation. RINROC channel members, let's go! Yeah. That's right. This celebration at its best. Yep. Over here on the RINROC channel, RINROC TV channel, this is celebration at its best. Let's elevate.
It's so dark out here.
Listen.
And it's been so long since I've seen a face. My eyes are just what I can see. The void between you and me. And I feel
DJ Ron from the Mechanic, appreciate you tapping in. We're going to continue with this Kim Porter tell-all book, well, auto book, because I want to hear what went down. It started from the very beginning when she first met Diddy. Now we at the middle of it, DJ Ron. We're going to get started in a minute. We're going to continue with chapter 10. Okay, right now, this is your Mayday call. Let's go. Yeah. Appreciate everybody for tapping into the RINROC TV channel. Yeah. Appreciate the ones in the bushes. Hope you got you something to drink and a good chair. This is going to be a long one. Your boy Diddy's done a lot. And I want to know. Listen. God, continue to let your light shine bright. And let this Mayday call continue to shine bright too. Let's go. Yep. Come on, come on, come on. Look. That's right. Look.
Save me. I'm running out of air. I'm running out of air. I'm running out of air.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all tapping into the Elevation Station, one of the latest morning wake-up shows on YouTube, the RINROC TV channel, 20 East Nation. We in here. All right, y'all. So let's continue. Let's continue with the story. It sounds sort of like a soap opera, but it's not, though. All right, y'all, let's continue with this and let's make it happen. Let me get everything situated right here. Hold on for a minute. Okay, y'all, we're continuing from chapter 10. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Thank you, God. Blank always with something to say. I'd love to meet the little tyke sometime. Not a chance in hell. Something about this guy creeps me out. I forced a smile. That'd be great. I made my exit. Chapter 10. The Lies You Tell. At this point, the relationship between Sean and I had been off and on for quite a while. We were off at this point. He had put his hands on me again. This time, for something that didn't even happen. It was all in his head. When the phone rang, I picked it up anyway. Hi, Sean. He sounded trepidatious, as he said, "We've been broken up for a while this time." "Yeah," he continued. "I don't want anyone to know about, for the right word, proclivities." I replied, "So you don't want people to know about you being gay?" Sean exploded. "See, that's why I fucking lose control."
See when you see when you're in the closet, like R. Kelly said, he was stuck in the closet. But when he got caught, he had to come out the closet. Hold on now, DJ Ron, you said, I gotta find the custom door sills at the crib for your ride. I'm gonna hook you up with them. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate ya. You know, as car guys, we gotta look out for each other, bro. I just got a hood spoiler, carbon fiber. Then I got some carbon fiber shark fins or carbon fiber diffusers for the back of the ride, and I got some carbon fiber cover there. God is definitely good, y'all. Definitely good. Y'all think God ain't good? Y'all crazy. God good because you're here breathing. You're here being able to watch this RINROC Morning Wake Up Show. It has the car name on it. Oh, wow. Appreciate you, bro. Wow. Yes, man. Appreciate it. Good morning to the Nancy Peter Scratcher, DJ Ron the Mechanic household over there with Princess Aries and Mama B. Y'all must be doing good over there, because I ain't heard nothing about Mama B whooping on one of y'all over there, so y'all must be good. I tell you one thing, better y'all than me, though. All right, y'all, let's get back to this. Let's go.
On you. so I just plainly stated, "Goodbye, Sean." "Wait," he screamed. "What, Sean? I'm sorry, okay?" "You're always fucking sorry." He took a deep breath. "I have to do something to cover myself." I sighed. "Do whatever you fucking want, Sean. When you see this in the news, it's not real." This made me calm down a moment. "What could he be talking about?" He continued. "I'm only doing it for the press." "Doing what, Sean?" After a long pause, he continued. "She knows what this is. She's just pretending to cover me." "Sean, what the hell are you talking about?" "I'm going to be dating someone else. A video girl." I laughed. "Why would you do that?" "I have to cover myself." I was getting mad. I was actually angrier at myself more than at him.
Want to manifest fast? Watch this. When I wore this bracelet, my friends literally laughed at me. But when I manifested a new car, a new home,
I was getting mad. I was actually angrier at myself more than at him. Why was I getting jealous? I was sitting there actually comparing myself to video vixens in my mind. They are thick, but look at my body. Did he prefer them light-skinned, big-butt girls from videos? I calmed myself. No, I know he likes men. Any damned way. As I regained control, I asked, "Why the hell are you telling me?" He sighed. "I wanted you to find out from me first. Like I give a shit." He came at me with his favorite line. "You know I love you." It was getting old. I could only think to myself, here we go. Love is a big, strong word. I'm tired of him throwing it around and using it when it fits his needs.
See, back then, women was, to me, I thought women was easily be persuaded because they were so badly looking for love, you know? But I don't care how bad I'm looking for love. I would never let somebody that I don't really know that well just tell me they right out love me and I believe it. I just ain't gonna go for that. Ain't gonna go for that. No, no can do. Oh yeah, let's get back.
He's using it while he's sitting here telling me about dating someone else. I replied, "Love doesn't hurt." He sucked his teeth as he responded. "Come on, are you serious? That shit's for children. We're in fucking high school. Sometimes things happen. That doesn't mean I don't love you. I wouldn't hit you if I didn't." Wait, that sounded wrong. "You said exactly what you meant." He took a breath. There was an awkward silence. The fact I was still...
I just want to say one thing. If you're in a relationship and your significant other is putting their hands on you to hurt you, that is definitely not love. And he should have been ashamed of himself to say, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't put my hands on you. Wow. That was straight manipulation right there. Let's get back to it, y'all. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use.
Wrong. You said exactly what you meant. The fact I was still on the phone and waiting for him to speak meant he had the power. He was more cautious as he continued. He didn't want to lose that power. Kim, no one that I don't care about can bring that kind of emotion out of me. I wanted to say, is that how you talk to dudes after using butt plugs? But there's a line I dare not cross. Instead I said, you say that while you're dating some other bitch. That's just for public. I was done. It could be heard in my voice as I said, whatever, Sean. Do what you need to do. Leave me alone. I'm never giving up on us, he cried. I responded to that emotional control attempt with the little resolve I could muster. I didn't even believe the words that came tumbling out of my mouth. Sean, there's no us anymore. Goodbye. Tell Quincy I miss him, he threw out. His emotional manipulation was really driving me crazy. Some I said with much more conviction. Goodbye, Sean. I hung up. Manipulative bastard. Chapter 11. Mo Problems. For a while, I was actually happy to see Sean gone.
Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? Now, allegedly, his daughters are stepping up and trying to say that the book is a fake, but we all knew that she was writing this book. All it was is that she handed off, she had put it all on a hard drive and gave it to her best friend. So I guess her best friend felt like this was the right time to release the book. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, if they want to say in Hollywood it is what it is, we can say too, it is what it is. I believe this is real. I believe this is actually Kim Porter's word. Somebody speaking. And it was nice try, but no cigar. Yeah, nice try, no cigar. Just come back another day with another one and see if we go for it, though. But not right now, though. All right, let's get into chapter 11.
Actually happy to see Sean gone. I was getting older, and the sex parties were out of control. It was getting time for me to slow down. Quincy was getting older. I knew that if I kept going, the rumors circulating were going to eventually find a way to get back to him. What will he think of me? Chris is about to take his trip to California. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen out there.
What will he think of you? A freak.
But I felt like Tiana Wallace was about to be an orphan. I knew I didn't want any ties to that. As I was sitting there contemplating all of this in my robe, sipping my wine on this Friday evening, my doorbell rings. I was not expecting company. I opened the door and found Sean. My heart skipped a beat. I was shocked, but recovered quickly. I forced a smile and told him with a slightly slurred speech, "Hey, come on in." Shit, I am way more intoxicated than I thought. Sean entered, looking around suspiciously, then turned to me and smiled, saying, "You haven't been returning my calls. I just wanted to make sure you're okay." Here out of concern.
I think Diddy came over there thinking he'll make a booty call and get another round, huh? Well, let's see how it turns out, y'all. Fair use.
He was checking to see who was here. Sean was controlling like that. Yes, even though we were not together and he was dating someone else. He started to make his way to the living room. I attempted to put a quick end to the visit, but it came out a little more directly than I intended. "So, since you can see I'm fine, you can let me go to bed now." Part of me wanted him to stay. As he entered the living room, I was forced to follow. Sean was very direct with his next inquiry. "Is someone else?"
That part of her wanted him to stay. Wow. With all that, with the butt plug incident and all that junk, I'll be wanting you to go.
Sweet. For you? No, but should I choose? With this, Sean became irate. He fiercely slammed me to the ground, then he pulled out a .22 and sat it on the end of the table. He turned to me calmly. I was scared. My voice quivered as I pled to him, "Sean, please stop. Quincy is here." How did we get here? How did we get to the point that he was in my living room threatening me with a gun? He knelt on one knee and got right in my face to say, "You're mine. You don't have a choice in that now. I can't live without you." He stood up, composing himself. I was terrified as I whimpered, "Sean, that's not love." Sean picked up his gun and cocked it. He looked at me almost thoughtfully and asked, "Have you ever heard, if I can't have you, no one can?" "Sean, please don't. Please, Quincy will hear." Sean smiled and put the gun away, saying, "Oh, this is just for dramatic effect. I would never shoot you. If I was going to kill you, no one will trace it to me. You know how many people I've had to take care of over the years? It'd be quiet. Something in your food or drink."
Wow. That's awfully bold. If he didn't want it to be detected, he would put something in her food or her drink. He's just letting her know what he will do to her. That's crazy. Let's go, y'all. Fair use.
"Something that will never get back to me. I wouldn't shoot you. Do you understand?" I could only nod, tears flowing down my cheeks. He looked at me thoughtfully. As he reached down to help me up, I could do nothing but agree. He is a terrifying monster. Now he wanted to smooth it over, and I had to go along with it. What else could I do? "Listen, baby, I don't ever want to hurt you. You know I really love you, or I would have moved on. Thinking about living my life without you is just too hard. If someone ever tried to hurt you, I'd kill them." My back hurt from where I hit it on the table when he shoved me.
That sounds more like lust. There's a difference between love and there's a difference between lust.
All I could do as he helped me up was nod that I understood through my streaming tears. she wiped. He looked towards Quincy, thinking quickly, he has to get up in the morning. Sean looked at me with an unreadable look. He was studying me. Okay, I'm gonna go. Nervously, I walked into the front door. This is over, thank God. He kissed me. I didn't want him touching me, but I couldn't refuse. Kissed Quincy for me. I tried to keep my composure as I replied, sure, Sean. He opened the door to leave. The bodyguard that was waiting outside escorted him to the car. This was far worse than I realized. Why would he need a bodyguard at my front door? How was he anticipating this to go? After I shut the door, I had another drink. For tonight, the nightmare was over. I sipped on my wine and cried. The next few days, he sent dozens of flowers. He brought Quincy expensive toys. He wanted me to keep a secret. I'm trapped. He has the authorities under his thumb. I can't go to them. This is like a gangster movie. How high up does his power go? How far is his reach? The FBI? The CIA? Who is not corrupted or won't get silenced by their...
Now, in a way, y'all, hearing all this kind of makes me mad, but in a sense, if she knew, why keep going back? I mean, so from then on, it was just sheer stupidity that was in her mind, because I just don't get how a person would want to go back to that kind of treatment. That's crazy, y'all, but let's get going, though. Let's finish it up, y'all. Fair use.
Their upper chain of command. Can anyone help me and my child? Found his way back to my bed. I had no choice.
I've got to share this. You can get full coverage car insurance for as low as $34 per month. Just by...
Back to my bed. I had no choice. Chapter 12. A Mama's Love. The calamity that ensued behind the death of Biggie shook the East Coast. It rocked me as well. Sean could have stopped it. He was complicit in it. He was a contributor. He knew it was going to happen and didn't stop it. This was his friend.
Now, see, you can be guilty just by association. Like the Jay-Z's and everybody that was at those parties, and if they thought it wasn't right, why didn't they jump in to stop anything that was going on? See, you can get yourself in trouble just by being there and not attempting to stop a tragic situation that's going on or something that's going on. You can be guilty of that. I'm just letting y'all know, because guilty by association is real. Let's go, y'all. Fair use.
And no, they were not nearly as close as Sean would have the public believe, but still, as far as Sean was concerned, we were great. To the public, we were just having the off and on relationship of normal PHO. But the truth is, I just got used to not having a choice. Today, I recognize it for what it was: Stockholm Syndrome. I was at his beck and call, and had become comfortable with it. Quincy had everything he could ever want, with the exception, of course, of a normal parental figure. That is why this chapter is so powerful for me. A mother's love is so real. One night I was out with my boyfriend. Yes, we were on again. And we were joined for dinner by none other than Miss Wallace. Sean looked over, as security allowed Miss Wallace to approach the table and sit. Miss Wallace spoke with a smile. Hello, Sean. Hi, Kim. I smiled the best I could. What a situation. For all intents and purposes, she is sitting with her son's killer. I hope my voice didn't betray my feelings as I said, Hi, Ms. Wallace. Sean smiled also, as he said, Hello, Ms. Wallace. What can I do for you? When I got your call, it sounded urgent. He was able to appear as if he was smiling warmly. This was the creepiest situation of my entire life. She looked at Sean with pleading eyes. I know this isn't your problem, but things have gotten kind of hard. I was hoping that you could send some of that money Chris made with you this way.
Why? Because it's in his mama name.
That's not something I can just do. There are attorneys and accountants. Can I maybe help you out with a little something to get you past the hump? Sean reached into his pocket to dig for his wallet. I haven't even seen how much Chris left. It's going on 2 years. Just how long is this going to take? Sean sighed as he replied. These things are difficult, Mrs. Wallace. I don't know. The attorneys don't make this easy. Ms. Wallace pushed further. I I don't understand what's so difficult. He worked for you. He made his money. Where is
Fair
it?
use.
Sean shook his head as if saddened by what he was saying as he continued. It's not like I can just give you his money. You're entitled to certain amounts, and they're just trying to figure out what that amount is. I don't mean to sound cruel, but it wouldn't be fair to me to just give you tons of money. You got rich off my son, and now you're keeping all of his money. Sean kept as cool as he replied, I'm afraid business isn't that cut and dry, Ms. Wallace. I paid for publishing, publicity. I mean, in all actuality, going to be straightforward. Ms. Wallace, Chris probably owed me money, barely overshadowed the pain. Or perhaps it magnified it as she uttered the only words she could muster. You bastard. Sean didn't flinch. He just said, look at the contract.
See, Miss Wallace, Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Small's mom, she already knew something was up, something wasn't right. How her son just upped up and was unalive just like that, out of the blue. Same way with Kim Porter. It was just like one day she was here, the next day she was gone. It's crazy. All right, y'all, let's go. Fair use.
I'm honestly trying to get him as much as possible out of it, but I have investors. I can't just take money that doesn't belong to him and start giving it away. Miss Wallace exploded in response. You know good and well, Chris didn't owe you a damn thing. Sean stared her straight in the eye unwaveringly and said he would have started making a profit after a few years. His money until his album sales paid for studio time, music video. Sorry, he isn't here to make that money. I miss him. Her response was deadpan. Did you kill my son? Momentarily, Sean was stunned into silence. She asked again, her voice quivering. Did you? He started, Ms. Wallace.
Allegedly? Yeah.
She would not be redirected. Answer the question. Was not used to seeing Sean on the defensive. No, of course not. She looked at him with spite. The anger in her voice was enough to send shivers up my spine.
Well, allegedly, they say he did, you know. That's what they're saying, so that's why I say allegedly.
She replied with a menace only a mother can. I don't believe you, Sean. Sean looked at her with a sadness that I knew in my soul to be fake. Although looking at him without context, anyone would believe him, as he replied, I'm sorry to hear that. Today, I know he was able to muster a sociopath. Back then, I thought it was compassion. With no more words, Ms. Wallace stood up and left. Sean watched her exit with disbelief. Not knowing what to do, I placed my order. Dinner that night was long and silent. I feared for Ms. Wallace's life. Sean is most dangerous when he feels threatened. No, she could not physically threaten him, but this threat was very real. If she goes public with her accusations, Sean's image would be damaged. I felt for myself the extents he will go through in order to protect that image. Chapter 13. Have some faith.
Let's go.
The fact of the matter is, Sean was a complete control freak. He was absolutely the worst. But of all the things he did for control, this might have been one of the most despicable ones. We were in the bad boy office one evening, sitting in the lounge area, enjoying a meal. Sean was smoking one of those big cigars he liked. When Faith entered and sat down with us, she seemed relaxed as she said, Hey guys. I smiled. I never had any bad vibe from the marvelous Faith Evans. We never talked about the wild time the three of us shared at. Sean smiled and asked, Hey, what brings you out? She addressed Sean, saying, Look, when you asked me to hook up with Chris, I understood. You needed to control him. I felt honored that you would choose me to monitor one of your most valuable assets. Chris is sweet. Sean laughed and said, Honestly, I knew you would be good. Make the big man feel loved. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about all this, Sean. Sean got that look in his eye he gets before he blows his top. Faith saw it also. She treaded carefully. Sean, you know I'm as loyal as they come. Sean leaned forward, unintentionally threatening, and said in a low tone, Yeah? But Sean, Chris and I had a child together. Sean leaned back. He let out a deep breath. I'm gonna take care of you. You're not like Chris. You're loyal. Faith had a tear in her eye as she responded. He didn't have to die. This is getting very touchy. Did she know? Did she suspect? Was this her trying to find out if Sean intentionally killed Biggie? I wanted to ask, but of course there was no way of doing that. This is so crazy. Sean sighed and replied, He didn't. Don't get me wrong. I'm about my pain. Classic narcissistic Sean. It's all about him. I was sickened for a moment. But this next sentence made me feel for him anyway. I wanted to share all of this with him. He was my man. Faith couldn't hide the anger that flared in her eyes, but she knew.
Yeah, y'all. This getting crazy. What's up, Yogi Girl TV? What's going on, man? How you doing here? What's good with you, bro, man? We just going across this auto book of this Kim Porter tell-all, man. Really explosive stuff, boy. It's just blowing my mind. Let's get back to it, y'all. Fair use.
Who she was talking to. She was careful as she spoke. Sean, you have your friends you share things with. Sean sat forward again, this time with malicious intention as he queried, the fuck is that supposed to mean? Chris had no one, only you. Sean lost it. That fat fuck and that other piece of shit I had, you fuck. I interjected, well in shock. You had her fuck Pac? Sean glared at me as he answered, yes, fucking Pac. Those motherfuckers were going to try to start their own label and compete with me. Me. After all I did for that fat fuck. Nah.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro, for checking in. Definitely, man. Appreciate the love. I seen you on over there early this morning, but I'm sitting here trying to get this show together and get all this footage and all this junk situated, man. But appreciate you, Yogi Bird. Yeah, tell Court I said love is love. Oh. Back to this, y'all. Let's go. Fair use.
I wasn't using resources to protect that motherfucker. No fucking way. Faith started to cry. Sean looked at her and softened slightly. He spoke a little calmer. Look, I didn't hate him. I was hurt, but I didn't hate him. I'll make sure you and CJ are taken care of. Without words, Faith got up to leave. As she turned, Sean spoke softly. Faith? She ignored him. He called to her again. Faith? She exited quickly. Sean just looked at me and said, damn. Really didn't know what to say. Sean just told Faith that he wouldn't protect her husband because he was going to leave Bad Boy. From a business perspective, I didn't disagree with Sean there. If you're leaving and creating competition for him, why would he spend resources on you? So I hugged Sean, but I also knew he didn't have to send Chris to California. I wondered if he realized that he'd sentenced him to death. He hugged me back with tears in his eyes as he asked, how the fuck am I the bad guy? Huh? I fucking do nothing but bust my ass to make everyone live comfortably, and I'm supposed to just let them walk all over me? As I held him in a comforting embrace, I replied, no, baby. He took me right there on the couch. Like I said, Stockholm Syndrome.
Hurry to Kohl's for 3 days of deals.
Yeah, y'all,
Take
that's
25% off store-wide. Then find deals on...
Baby.
Let's go.
He took me right there on the couch. Like I said, Stockholm Syndrome. Chapter 14, Outshine. This particular evening, I was at Sean's house, and Quincy was staying with a friend. It was some alone time for Sean and I, until the doorbell rang, and Sean got up to answer it. I heard a woman yelling, but quickly realized that it was Jennifer Lopez, or better known to the world as J-Lo. Sean, what the fuck? She blasted. Sean responded calmly, relax, baby. Why the hell did you have to start shooting? Isn't that what we have bodyguards for? Normally, when these kind of situations arise, I remain quiet and just listen. I play my position, so you could say. But I wasn't paying attention to the news for the last day or so. And even though it would be the only thing anyone would talk to me about for months, no one had spoken to me about it yet. So I entered the foyer asking, what's going on? Jennifer exploded at me. What's going on? What's going on? This guy shot up a damn club. My jaw dropped, looking back and forth between the two. Sean spoke soothingly. Jen, you gotta calm down. Jennifer was having none of it. She continued, calm down? Calm down? You shot a bunch of innocent people, Sean. Sean placed his hand on her forearm. It's a bonding technique. He was shrewd in handling her. He does this to me too. Even if you know what's happening, it works. It's an intimate contact without being personal. He was aiming to disarm her. This did not seem to immediately sway Jennifer as she continued. Why in the hell do you think Biggie's replacement will take the fall for you? Biggie's replacement? Wait, could she be talking about... I had to know. Are you talking about Shine? Jennifer didn't even look at me as she responded. Yes, fucking Shine. Sean continued with a calm and even voice. Relax. The situation is under control. Jennifer was not calming down. She went on. They contacted my attorney for my statement, and there are a lot of witnesses, Sean. There's no way you're going to get away with this. Sean's arrogance can be immeasurable at times. He laughed as he asked, you doubting me? I couldn't believe it. I had to know. Sean, What could you offer him that would make him do a bid for you? Like, what the fuck? Jennifer also remarked. And what if he falters halfway through his sentence and starts talking? Sean responded as calmly as ever. He won't do that. People in jail don't cross connected people on the outside. Jennifer looked deflated. So you'll kill him too? How much does she know? Look, I'm not going to threaten anyone. Shine is smart and loyal. He knows how it works, and when he gets out, he'll be well taken care of. Jennifer spoke defiantly. Sean, they want to question me. I am not perjuring myself. I'm not going to jail over this. Sean seemed so in control. I admired him for it at this point, but my spirit was broken. I felt bad for Jennifer. She catches one bad break after another, and this was a really bad break. Sean spoke with confidence. Relax, come in and have a drink. Have your lawyers call mine. You'll never see the witness stand. I promise. Jennifer wasn't so sure. She asked.
So when Jennifer came into the situation, aka she was just so pissed off that she was just so peed off because she was just rattling off at the mouth, not knowing that Kim didn't really know what was going on, but now she did. So y'all hearing it just like I'm hearing it. And this is coming straight from the auto book, y'all. I'm just saying, y'all, let's get back to it. Fair use. I'm about don't know what to say because I'm just shocked right now.
Asked him, how can you possibly know that? Sean smiled as he replied. Between Shine's confession and the witnesses that gave their accounts, the cops won't need much else. The statement from your lawyer will be fine. Jennifer's next concern popped up. She explained, my attorney? Sean, he's good, but he won't do this. Beaming with confidence, the only way a man with his net worth can. Sean responded, sure he will. Jennifer shook her head defiantly as Sean's unbreakable confidence was ruling the day. Jennifer was giving in as he told her with a smile, I got this. Sean, are you sure? Sean gave a wink. My attorneys handle situations. Give him my number too. Jennifer seemed leery as she asked, you're not going to threaten my attorney? Sean laughed as he replied, no, of course not. Money talks, baby. He turned to me and said, take her inside and pour her a drink. I had questions of my own, but you were going to make Shine the label's go-to man. What are you going to do now? Sean looked disappointed as he responded. He had the voice, but his flow, he sighed. Well, artists with his talent are a dime a dozen. Looking at Jen, he continued. He's not a once-in-a-lifetime find like Jennifer Lopez. Now he's throwing on the charm, despite the situation. She blushed slightly. Sean continued. Let's grab that drink. Let me handle this attorney situation. Relax, don't worry. We left the foyer and went to have a seat in the living room. He tried to make a threesome happen that night. It didn't work out. Not that day. Chapter 15. Queen Bitch. Kimora Simmons and I went out to have drinks. She was looking at me seductively, and I was turned on. We were going to go back to my place afterwards, but suddenly after a sip of my drink, I felt like I had to vomit. I excused myself and barely made it to the ladies' room. When I came back, Kimora asked, you feeling okay? I'm fine. I've been under the weather the last couple of days. I think I'll head home. She said, your breasts are looking kind of plump there, girl. Embarrassed, I whispered, not in public. She replied simply,
I think that kind of sounds like her and Kimora Simmons was, man, complimenting her on how she look and all that. Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy though, but let's get back to it, y'all. Let's go.
are you pregnant? I was taken completely aback. Why the hell would you say that? She let it sit there for a minute. I bent her head. She was like, wait for it. Then it hit me. Shit. She gave me a minute before continuing. So what are you gonna do? I didn't understand. Gonna do? If it's not Sean's, fuck. If it is, with the shock wearing off, the scope of the situation began to take hold. I responded, I better get a test. She looked at me with pity. Damn, girl, good luck. After what he did to Chris, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. The desire that was in her eyes before I got sick was all but gone. As I began to stand, I realized what she'd said to me, and I paused. She looked at me flatly and said, ain't nobody stupid, girl. I didn't know what to say. The question still lingered in my mind, despite everything I knew. Did Puffy intentionally kill Chris? She brought me back to the moment by saying, go. Not knowing what else to say, but knowing I had to deal with my situation right now, I replied, I'll hit you up. She sighed and simply repeated, good luck. Chapter 16. Christian. The next day I was sitting on my couch, deep in thought, when my doorbell rang. I went to let Sean in. This was going to be scary. We made our way back to the living room and we sat down. Quincy was asleep. Sean seemed legitimately concerned. What's so urgent? I didn't know what else to do. I just blurted it. The air in the room was as thick as J-Lo. He was quiet. What is he thinking? He asked the obvious question. Are you sure? I spoke rapidly. I was on the pill. I'll get rid of it. I'm sorry. I just wanted you to know. It's wonderful. This is great. I was so confused. Huh? You're not mad? He laughed. Mad? No. Why would I be mad at this wonderful news? I'm going to be a dad. The woman I love, bearing my child. What could possibly be better? He jumped right on the phone and called one of his besties. I could hear Will Smith congratulating him. Sean said, yeah, definitely. Hold on, Kim, baby. I was still in awe of the fact that he didn't get angry. And yes, I will admit, I was sure he was going to hit me. So it was with relief when I replied, yes? He told me excitedly, we gotta have a party.
I just got done with my reading with Psychics TV that I found through California Psychic, and I want to tell you guys about it.
Yes? He told me excitedly, we gotta have a party. His excitement was contagious. I was getting really excited too. Yes, a gender reveal, and he cut me off. Yes, of course, we're doing all of that, but everyone is going to want to sleep with you right before you give birth. My heart sank in my chest. Everybody is going to want what? Sean went on with the same excitement. Well, not everybody, you know. Will, Jada, blank. Sean, I'm having your baby. He verbally waved me off. It'll be fine. I couldn't help myself. I just started crying. Sean grew quiet on the phone, then spoke low. I'll call you back. He hung up and took me by the hand. Baby, I never ask anything from you. I tried to see him through the tears streaming down my face. I couldn't believe the words coming out of his mouth. I tried to speak. Sean, one could ever want. Do you want for anything? Sobbing, I replied, no, but he continued. This is the kind of thing I have to do in order to continue giving you this comfortable lifestyle, where you live in the lap of luxury and get to be on TV shows and in movies. I know you don't want this, but do you want all of this to go away? A whimper is all I could manage. No, he continued softly. Then we gotta do this. But Sean, I don't believe in all this spiritual crazy shit. You got here because you're brilliant, not because of the sex parties. He replied, do you trust me? I did. My soul was so broken. I did, I responded. Yes. He sighed as he said, then let's do what we need to do. Keep what we have. As I nodded yes, he pulled me in to hug me. Thank you, baby. We're going to have a beautiful baby. He ordered me some food, and that night, I cried myself to sleep. I was going to be gangbanged at 9 months pregnant. I want my children out of this life. My child's going to have a good, biblical name, a heavy Christian name. They are not going to take his soul. Chapter 17, Broken Promise.
All right. Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Welcome in. Checking in at the doctor's office. Hey, Yogi. Hey, RINROC. How you doing, sis? Hope everything's good on your end. Yeah, we're just running through this Kim Porter tell-all book. I don't know if you heard about it, though. It's this thing about the Diddy situation, you know. But I definitely do hope everything is good with you on that end, for sure. And thank you for tapping in. The RINROC TV, RINROC Morning Wake Up Show, where we're just listening back on this continuation of this Kim Porter explosive tell-all audio book. Appreciate you tapping in, everyone. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button, hit that like button. Let's get back to it. Fair use, fair use.
Promises, to the point where he was incredibly abusive, and only his inner circle knew about it. The artists were all too afraid of him to say anything. He had gained so much power. No one would say anything. Puff Daddy was a kingpin. This Monday afternoon, Quincy was in school, and our son Christian was with the nanny, and I still had to make a living. I still loved the camera, and had just been cast for a new movie, Sean was coming over to celebrate with me, just the two of us. I was in the bathroom when he came in. We were supposed to go out for dinner, but he was in a foul mood. Sean yelled, "What the fuck?" I'd have to walk on eggshells as I came into the bathroom, but I found him holding flowers, so I smiled. "You brought me flowers." Sean yelled, "No." "So who the fuck are they from?" I was bewildered, and I told him, "I don't know, probably just a fan." He threw the attached card at me. I picked it up to read it. He slapped me so hard I hit the ground. Sean yelled, "Who the fuck were you with the other night?" I looked down at the card that was laying on the ground next to me, and it read, "The other night was amazing. We must do it again." "Shit," I tried to explain. "Sean." He threw the flowers at me. "That's not how this works." I yelled back, "It was just coffee with the producer." He glared at me and asked, "Who the fuck is this producer?" I was trying desperately to calm him down as I responded, "From the movie, babe. Calm down." He picked up my coffee mug and slammed it against the wall. Coffee flew everywhere as he yelled, "Who the fuck this guy think he is?" "Sean, he's just some producer. We talked about the role and me maybe starring in another movie that he wants to produce. I swear, that's it, Sean." Sean exploded even more. "He wants to put the move on my fucking family?" At the top of his lungs. "My fucking family?" He flipped the table over, breaking it. It was a heavy table, but Sean is stronger than he looks. I pleaded with him. "Sean, please." He yelled at me, "What?" I tried my best to calm him down. He probably didn't know. It didn't come up. "You're publicly dating someone else, so..." He screamed at me, and it somehow seemed even more intense. "So you didn't tell him? Back off?" "Sean, I didn't..." And then out of nowhere, he hit me with a chair. I don't remember anything after that, until I woke up in a hospital room. My arm was in a cast, hanging from a sling. My face hurt. My eyebrow was in immense pain, as was my lip. As I came to, the first face I saw was of the man that put me there. Sean asked with concern in his voice, "How are you feeling?" I responded, "Stay away from me. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Save it for the lawyers. Stay away from me." We were in a private hospital room, and no one would hear me. I could scream like my life depended on it, and it wouldn't matter. If I did ring for assistance, I wouldn't get any. He kept...
Hey, good morning to you, Miss V. How you doing? Blessing and love to you. Happy Monday. Everybody, welcome in, Cooks with Love into the RINROC 20 East Nation chat. No. Now, y'all don't forget to hit that like button. We're going to finish this off here. We are at, I think, chapter 15. So let's listen in for some more. Let's go.
Going. I was just so jealous. You know how I am. He took hold of my left arm, the one that was not slung up in a cast. "You have our beautiful son, our family. It's just..." At that point, I'd had enough. "The one you slutted out right before giving birth? Are you fucking shitting me? Stay away from me. Don't come near me or my kids." He continued to plead. "I'm sorry, baby, I promise. I'll never put my hands on you again, I swear. I've heard this song one too many times." I spoke through gritted teeth. "If you come near me or my kids again, I'm calling the cops." A flash of anger returned. "You would use my kid to threaten me." Then he caught himself. "I understand you're angry." I glared at him as I cut him off. "I'm serious, Sean." He spoke blandly, with no energy, until he was going to make me look crazy. They were going to believe him. He was a kingpin. "You're a fucking bastard." Sean spent the next 6 months helping me heal and working his way back into my life and into my bed. I was so damn stupid. And of course, I wasn't cast for either movie. From what I understand, the producer died of pneumonia. Chapter 18. Sweet Goodbyes. Sean kept his word, for the most part, until he didn't. I ended up pregnant again. He wanted energy from that too. That would be my last sex party. My body will never be ravaged by so many people again, especially while I'm pregnant. What if something happened to the twins? After that, I wanted out. But when I tried dating someone else, they would end up dead. From pneumonia. I knew Sean was behind it. This was not a coincidence. He gets jealous of a guy, and they die of pneumonia. I could be next. If I'm going to get out of this alive, I'm going to have to do something to make him stay away from me. I had a plan, but it was dangerous. Sean has a vault where he keeps videotapes of all his conquests. I started sleeping with him again. I would get into the vault and get a couple of the tapes, take them home, make copies, and swap them for the next set of tapes a few days later. It took weeks to get them all copied, and he never knew that I had them. This was my way out. Some of the tapes had things I would never have expected. The gay parties are one thing, but the young boys, like Usher, Little Bow Wow, and Justin Bieber, I would have never known. My God, is he grooming Quincy? This has to end. I invited him over one day to confront him and put an end to our on-again, off-again relationship. He had entered my home unannounced for the last time. He would no longer have the key after today. I was in the kitchen. Kimura and I were sharing drinks. I was scared to face him alone. Sean entered smiling. "What's up, Kimmy? Hey, Mora." I told Sean, "Sit down." Because of my tone, he looked at me stunned and asked, "What's going on? What is this?" I responded with delight. Me taking my life back. "We are done." He answered, "Hold on. Wait a minute." I was so excited that I wasn't hearing any of it. I shouted at him, No more. This is fucking over." He looked confused as he asked, "Where is this all coming from?" With disgust, I said, "I got the footage, Sean." He looked even more confused as he inquired, "What are you talking about?" Kimura said with revulsion, "Usher too?" Sean said, "Wait, what the fuck is going on?" Sean stood aggressively, and Kimura responded, "Don't make me call the cops." Sean's anger was creeping in as he replied, "This is how it is?" I simply nodded. "If anything happens to either one of us, it gets released." He seethed as he queried, "After all that I've done for you?" I don't think I was ever so happy as when I said those words to him. "Get out." Pissed, he started to leave, looking back with pure hatred. As he walked down the stairs, he turned around and knocked me down near the top of the stairs. I was hurt. Kimura screamed, "Stop." As he began to crouch over me, I kicked at him, hitting him in the kneecap, then his face. He went tumbling down the stairs. He was too hurt to get up. I called the cops. Kimura left before they arrived. When he left, it was in an ambulance. I felt empowered. I felt safe. The Sean Combs days had finally come to an end. Chapter 19. Finale. Things were okay, for a while. I started dating again. It was almost normal until I got serious with someone. Then my boyfriend died of pneumonia. I knew it was Sean. Again.
This thing can hold up to 1,100 pounds.
The Big Fig mattress is a special curated mattress for someone. And my boyfriend died of pneumonia. I knew it was Sean. Again. That's when I decided to write this book. A few days ago, my home was burglarized. Only laptops were stolen. I know it was that bastard, or his goons. Of course, I had a copy in the cloud. I was able to easily download here onto this new computer. As I continue to write now, I'll send this into the cloud as well. I'll send out copies via email, and my Google Drive password will be attached, so the missing chapters can be accessed. This book must get out. There are so many more chapters to add. This outline is a great start. I have to organize the rest of the chapters and add them in, little by little. I plan on spending today working on exactly that. I'm not feeling very well. Thank God the kids aren't here this weekend, so I can rest. I called Kimura to cancel our tentative plans for a meetup. When I spoke to her, she said, "Girl, that doesn't sound like the flu. You want to go to the hospital?" That didn't immediately alarm me. "I just need some rest," I told her and quickly got off the phone. "But why can't I get my doctor? Why won't he pick up the phone?" Oh no. I called Sean from my bedroom, where I'm lying in my bed. All I could think about was the kids. My babies who are with this monster. The man that I now suspect of having done this to me. Sean picked up, with an air of superiority in his tone. To let me know it was too late for me. He spoke confidently into the phone. "Hello?" I screamed at him. "You bastard. I have your fucking children." "What are you talking about? The kids are with me," he replied with a mocking innocence. "There's literally nothing I can do. I can only ask, did you ever love me?" Instead of answering the question, he responded, "The most important thing to me in the world is loyalty," even though I understood. What the fuck does that mean? With the same feigned innocence, he mocked. "Kim, is something wrong?" He was going to continue this game to the bitter end. I asked one last time, "How could you?" Again, with the narcissism I had now come to despise, he responded, "How could I? Do what? I gave you everything. You went to someone else. You left me just like everyone else did. You ask, how could I? How could I what?" I yelled, "Look what you did to everyone around you." There was only anger in his response. "So you're saying everyone leaves because of how I am? And you were going to expose me?" He had me burglarized. I knew it. I shouldn't have threatened him. I should have just published the book. I'm going to die like Heavy D, like Biggie, like Pac, like so many others, and it's because he is a monster, plain and simple. Before hanging up, I simply say, "That's not the only copy, you fuck." Then I shoot out a group text. I let everyone know. He got me. Then I call 911. As I sit here waiting for the ambulance, I'm writing this chapter and praying that I make it to the hospital. I don't feel like writing anymore. I may not be around to see it in print. It's okay. I'm sending it out. He won't get away with this. I will have my say, my final words. Sean Combs will get exposed. Even if I lose my life doing it, my kids have always been my most cherished possessions. I want the world to know that. But more importantly, I want them to know.
Well, I appreciate everybody. That was the whole kit and caboodle there, I guess. Yeah, that was really serious. Really serious. Yes, y'all. I appreciate y'all tapping into RINROC TV, RINROC Morning Wake Up Show. Thank you. Y'all continue to stay blessed, and we're gonna get back to some of this Kim Porter stuff and see what else we can dig up and see what's going on and keep everybody informed about what's going on. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for tapping in. And we're going to leave y'all with this one beautiful song after listening to something like that, boy. We need something positive right now. Let's go.